Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing this fine night? Mustache. Chill, dude. How are you guys doing? My name is Rod. I am an artist. I am a designer. I am a cartoonist, illustrator, award-winning artist, competition winner, fast doodler, and more importantly, anything, I am your teacher tonight. So how are you guys doing? How are you doing today? So, I'm gonna do something tonight. We're not gonna play music. I'm not gonna opt for music. We're gonna opt not to do a study session with music. Okay. What I want you guys to think about tonight, I want you guys to challenge me. Okay? I want challenge time. This is challenge. Challenge your teacher time. Okay? You're going to challenge me tonight. Ask me hard stuff. Ask hard things about art. Okay? That is your guys' chore today. Hey, from Wales. Hi. How are you? Charlie from Wales. Hope you guys are doing good. Perspective. Cool. I'm going to teach you guys how to do perspective really easy. So perspective in itself is all about adding volume to things, right? So a box, if you wanted to make it in perspective, you need to add volume to it. You need to add sides. So in order to do that, most of the time, the object is just duplicated and then you connect the edges. If you duplicate an object like a circle and you connect the edges, you create something like a cylinder. If you want to create depth that goes inwards, away from you, you make things smaller. If you want to make things come closer to you, you make things bigger and you overlap them. So for shortening, perspective in general, and if you want to learn to use this to make your environments, just make a box that's really thin. And you have a maquette right here that you can use to draw all your little environments, right? And when you're done with whatever you want to do, you just crop it to whatever desired section you want. And now you have yourself backgrounds. Perspective, be darned, this was easier than you thought. So, if you learn how to use very simple concepts like connect the dots, you can do things like draw bodies in perspective. Okay? Drawing somebody in perspective is not a really hard thing to do if you understand how to move things in space. Okay, so next one. I know that much. Okay, so what else do you want to know? Do you want to know how to draw things on different places? So if this is something you already knew, let's go to the next step. If you want to draw things for your character, let's say you have a character right here, right? If you have the placement of the ground right there, that means your character is standing on the horizon. If you draw something behind them, that means that there is a little bit of distance between there in the background. You can do this infinitely to the back. You can do that and draw things in the front, and you can draw yourself, planes in the front. You don't even need a horizon point. You only really need your own focal point for the scene. In this case, it's our character. If I want to draw something above him, I can draw the object, duplicate it closer to him, and now it's above him. If I want something below him, I can draw an object below him, use him as my center point, duplicate it towards him, connect the edges, and I have something towards him. If I want a whole environment, I can draw a whole box, connect the edges, and now I have a ground that I can draw on. That ground is easy to be able to draw on something at this level. It's not daunting to draw bushes and things like that, right? At this level, this is easy. You can draw all the paths, flowers. This is not daunting. This is not scary. And then when you're done, you crop it to just show the things that you want. And that is how you use perspective. Stop spamming. Don't spam. If you spam, I'm not going to listen to you. Okay? You have to let other people type their stuff. So this is the backgrounds. The backgrounds would be just mountains, maybe a sky, some clouds. Yeah, whatever you feel like. All right, so next one. So somebody said legs. So let's do legs. So legs are going to be really easy for you to draw after today. Like you're going to literally just be like, oh, what the hell? Why was this so hard before? Okay, so you want to see legs? Legs. You're going to draw an egg. Okay, you're going to draw a line that's going to go around a little tiny curvy, but don't worry about it. Just draw a circle and a line. This sounds weird until you draw these. What do you do when you get this little like flower looking thing, right? This gives you your hip bones. This gives you the angles at which your hip bones come out. So your legs aren't really all that complicated. You just need to learn how to draw a line that goes down on the backside of an egg. So draw an egg, draw a circle, and then from that circle, go down. And you can, it's like 2 figure 9s. Okay? They connect in the back because your rib cage, that's your spine. You're drawing your spine. So this is your hip bones. And from there, your legs come out. Ta-da! You can move them in space all you want. If you, again, learn a little bit more about perspective and anatomy, you're going to be able to draw more stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just this. Okay? This is like an arrow. If you draw an arrow and you just draw some circles, you have yourself some hip bones. And this technique was something that my buddy Wes Scope, the awesome mod that we have, he thought of that as an arrow. So he told me to develop that a little bit more, and I helped him develop this into this. Mustache, stop. Whoa. It's dead. You killed it. Hey, sit down. Sit down. Go fuck up your moose. All right. He did it. He actually went. Okay, so we're not done with legs yet. We're not done with legs. Okay, so legs are going to come from those hip bones. So if you learn how to draw an arrow, you can draw hip bones. Okay? So now that you have these, you can also do it from a circle. If you draw a circle, you just have to draw circles at the bottom of the circle. You can do it from a trapezoid. You can do it from any shape you want, any shape that you want. You just have to end up with 2 angled things at the side. Okay? You end up with this situation. From there, your legs are little cylinders. There's two overlapping lines, and then your foot. So if you have two overlapping lines, you can move those, and you can make them bigger to bring them up in space, make them smaller to bring them back in space, and create very dynamic movements. You can make these go in any direction. Now that you found your hip bones, you can move these in any direction you feel like, and you'll be perfectly okay. So the trick to legs isn't necessarily really difficult. It's just understanding how they connect to your body. And they connect to your body at an angle. That angle allows you to draw a teardrop into a straight line. Your foot in any way you want. If you want to draw it like circles, draw it like a circle. If you want to draw it like a triangle, draw it like a triangle. Whatever you want. And then connect your calf muscle behind, creating this overlapping shape. And when you want to bend your leg, draw your thigh. Just draw that straight bone, and then you draw your muscle in the back. This works really darn good. Check it out. Let's go through all the stages of movement for a leg. Let's do it straight up. From there, we draw thigh straight into the back muscle. Thigh straight into my foot, back muscle. Straight into my back muscle. Straight into my back muscle. Straight into my back muscle. At this point, this would lift a little bit. But you can do every single stage by just drawing a teardrop and a stick. It's kind of like a chicken wing. Right? And then you just draw the calf. So this comes second. And if you do that, you can draw things really quickly in as much dynamic poses as you guys want. And again, this is like an arrow that connects to your head. And then here you have your rib cage, and then you have your collarbone. Ta-da! So everything just kind of connects together once you find the initial point. Arrow, head, legs, rib cage, connections. You don't have to guess if you don't want to. The way that I teach how to draw leads to absolutely no guessing. When you do it, it looks wonky. Just do it a couple hundred times. You'll get there. It's going to change the way you guys draw. You're going to find posing to be a little easier. You're going to find a couple things to just be naturally simpler because of this. How would you add arms? Oh, well, the arms come from your collarbone. So when you get to that egg, your arms have your collarbone. And your collarbone extends to where your shoulders are going to be. So that is how you distinguish where your arms are going to go. The collarbone can move like a compass and direct your arm in different directions. Wherever that compass is pointing, that is where your arm goes. So you can point that compass any direction you feel like. So that compass is really cool. Now you have to draw a compass, and you can have the basic proportions for your head. So there you go. That is how I would draw legs. All that to teach you guys how to draw legs. I have a bit of a difficulty to find the shoulders within the compass. Oh, the shoulders are just, okay, so when you have your compass, right? Check this out, check this out. You're gonna love it. To find your shoulders, you have to know the layering of your muscles, okay? So let me explain to you how that's gonna work. So first of all, you have the middle of your rib cage. The middle of your rib cage is gonna connect to your collarbone, okay? From there, if you split the rest of this spacing into 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so divide this into 4 parts. And then your shoulder connects to that part, that part. It actually connects behind it as well. It runs around the collarbone and connects to the back. And that is how you find your shoulders. From that end point to your rib cage, you have your pectoral muscles. And then underneath that comes your arm. Okay, so it goes shoulder, chest, arm, and then back muscles. So that is the layering of how you do your shoulders. So you go your collarbone, then you go 1, 2, 3, you go around from here to the middle of your rib cage. Underneath your shoulder, you draw your pectoral muscles. Your arm comes underneath those, and then your back muscles. This is so much easier than uni. Yeah, because I know how to explain things. I don't just regurgitate knowledge. I'm actually explaining to you guys how I go about it. I'm not teaching you from a book. I'm teaching you what I think, what I feel, what I see. That's the difference. I don't have a curriculum. I don't have the need to have to follow a curriculum that a school has. So I can teach whatever the fuck I want. You need to know necks. Perfect. Let's talk about the neck. We already talked about this compass, right? That compass is going to teach you the neck. Draw that compass, divide it in half, and you have like a kaiju eye. Like, it's like a monster's eye. Okay? That monster's eye is going to shoot up a laser. It's shooting a laser up. That laser is going to give you a cylinder. If you follow this cylinder around, that's your jaw. Into your ears, into your neck. Huh. Not so hard, huh? So from there, once you have your kaiju eye or your compass, whatever you want to see it like, okay? However you want to see it, that shoots a laser beam up, and then you draw this same circle again. You have yourself a jaw. Not so hard, huh? What do you mean for women? This could be for women. Just taper this a little bit. Smaller shoulders for women. And then breasts. Fancy hair, maybe. You know? So the back, well, the back is just the same as the front, dude. Check it out. Check this out. You're just gonna have your mind blown today. Circle, compass, right? The front and the back view is the same. The back view just happens to not see the front of your face. So you have this overlaps, and you see the back view of this. This is still the collarbone. This is still here, but that's in the front now. And that's how you learn to see through your shape. So you just learn how to manipulate this shape, and you're going to have a field day with drawing. You're really good with this. Well, I do teach it, so I have to be good at this. The pen name, please. I call him George. Hello, George. Yeah, make sure to hit that like button, guys. If you guys wanna learn more, hit that like button. Pen over pencil. Yes, I like my pen more than I like pencil. Why? Oh, I don't know. I break pencils. That's really why. That's the main reason why. I just break pencils all the time. And, you know, this forces me to be a better artist. This forces me to be cleaner. This forces me to have better penmanship. Forces me not to press too hard. Forces me not to make mistakes. Forces me to just have to be better. So if you're an advanced artist, if you're a person that's already gotten some years under your experience and you have really the facility to draw with just pencil all the time already, change it up. See how you handle not having an eraser. See how you handle not being able to erase or clean up your lines. And then tell me if it's not a challenge that is fun again. Like, it just makes art fun again. Like, when you stop being challenged, that's when it stops being fun. Honestly, like, when things start just being complacent and you just learn everything and everything's already easy, that shit's boring. It really is. Because the stages of discovery that we have, like, for our brains, like, we like being like intuitive. We like expanding. We like learning. We like creating. We like being like innovators. That is why we do art. We don't do art because we want to just be complacent. No, we do art because we want to stand out. We want to be known for this. We want to be like admired. Believe it or not, you can be the most humble human being in the world. You are an ego-driven person if you like art. And that's fine. That's not a bad thing. Okay? I live off ego boosts and props. That's literally what this human character, this human right here in front of you, drawing in this sketchbook, that's what he lives off of. Okay? Coffee, weed, and literally props and ego boosts. Because I recognize that. I'm okay with that. I recognize that that is something that drives me, and I don't shy away from it. And that is why I end up having the attention and the notoriety that I get. Because I lean into it instead of having this fear of having people judge me for what I'm doing. I'm doing this because I find it awesome, and I share my knowledge with the world because I think it's needed. It's not because I want to get known, it's because I want to get seen, but it comes with a really awesome benefit of being seen like that. Your proportions that you choose for your characters are going to be dependent on you, okay? You're going to need to be able to understand what proportions you guys want for your characters. If you guys want proportions that are a little bit more cartoony, you guys can go for that. If you guys prefer things that are a little bit more realistic, then aim for that. But at the end of the day, there is no set right proportions. There's no set right way to draw. Hyperrealism is only a version of art. So if you're aiming for realism, then try that. If you're aiming for more of a cartoony illustrative work, then aim for that. Like I said, there is very, very, very little out there that tells you how exactly to draw. And I'm not one of those people either. So I'm not going to be telling you how to draw. I'm just going to tell you guys how you can unlock the little hidden potential that you guys might have. I love drawing pinups. Pinups have to be one of my favorite things to draw. Let's twist her head a little bit more. Just draw a whole little scene. Maybe she picked up a flower. How would you hold the flower? Maybe like with your fingers like that, all delicately. Maybe we draw a little bee that's in love. And she has to be holding it. Where do we find the other arm? Well, if we have a compass, right, that's guiding our head, the middle is going to be where our neck goes. So wherever our neck inserts our body, that is where the compass is at center. Our arm is coming this way, so that compass is coming towards us. So that's going to make it really short. It's coming towards us. If, for example, let's show you guys what happens when you draw a cone. And that cone is going in different directions, right? Eventually, as it comes closer to the front, you're not going to see much depth. So that's what's happening here, but a little bit up, okay? There might be a lot of depth going into it, but you don't really see it because it's coming towards you. So, but that doesn't mean that this one has to be short too. This one would be extended a little bit more because it wouldn't be coming towards you, it's coming away from you. Kind of like a little bit weird and a little bit difficult to grasp the concept sometimes because it's inverse to what we normally are like opposing. Like we normally think that if it goes away, it's smaller. And then if it's coming forward, it's closer. But in this case, since it's a weird angle, that's happening in reverse. And that's normally something that just gets picked up by visually learning this stuff. Jordan, he has hundreds of videos how to do this on YouTube. Same name. Yeah. How do you figure out how to draw the head in perspectives? Oh, that's easy. That's super easy. You guys want to check that out? Okay, cool. Let me show you guys anyways, even if you say no. So heads. So I'm going to teach you guys how to draw the heads in the easiest way that I've found out. Okay, check that out. We're going to draw awesome heads from a box. You guys believe me? Head in the box. Head in the box. Rod can teach you draw the head in the box. So if you draw just a couple lines, you have an access to drawing a whole skull in less than 5 seconds. So if you learn how to draw a box, you can draw yourself heads. Huh, it's kind of cool, huh? If you round out the top of the head, you end up with everything. So let's draw that again. A box divided in 4. Draw a hourglass and the circle. Now you have your eye sockets, where your eyes go, your eyebrows, your cheekbones, your nose canal, and all you need to do is draw a little teardrop, and you have yourself your chin. If you want to add spacing here, all you do is draw a circle that touches the bottom of this and the top of this. Round it out, and you have yourself a skull. Ta-da! Oh, you want to draw this from different angles? Okay, cool. Draw a box. Now let's draw it from 3/4. So instead of having the line in the middle, I'm going to draw this line closer to this side. I'm going to draw the same lines. I'm going to draw this side hourglass. And the remaining space becomes that circle. Cool. Ta-da! The fuck is a circle? Well, that's the side of your face, dude. Here. So if you're like drawing somebody, right? If you're drawing something, you have parts of your face like your nose canal, your cheekbones, your eye sockets, your teeth line, and your chin. If you learn how to identify these parts, you're not going to struggle so much to learn how to draw the rest. So if you just learn to draw the parts that don't move, aka the part that's on top, aka your eye sockets and your cranium, if you learn how to draw this, then the bottom part can be anything you want. You want a little baby? Cool. Oh, wait, no, you want an old man with saggy cheeks? Okay, cool. Huh, you want Arnold Schwarzenegger, superhero dude? Cool. So, you can draw anything if you just learn how to draw this. That is the key. To pretty much knowing all the proportions of your head. Can I draw Spider-Man? Actually, I can. Really easy. I'm going to show you. We're going to draw it with this method, okay? We're going to draw a box. We're going to split it in 4. We're going to come up with our eye sockets. And we're going to draw a teardrop. We're going to close our shape. And we're going to round out the top. From there, to draw Spider-Man, all you got to do is draw the eyes. Make it thicker through the back. And then draw your pattern. Ta-da! Spider-Man in like 2 seconds. Ooh. He's so hard. Oh my God, Spider-Man is so hard to draw. Oh, look at him. Ah. Draw him as both of these guys. The side. Okay, so let's break it down. A profile, what is a profile? A profile is about half the side of your face. That's a profile. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys the 1, 2, 3, 4 rule. So if we name this side 1 and 2, okay, what happens when we divide our head into 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens when we do that? You guys are gonna love me after tonight, by the way. You guys are gonna absolutely love me after tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? If we have 4 sections to our design, if we divide this into this, we can do the same thing for the 1 and 2. The rest of this becomes the side of our head. And then we just draw the teardrop for the rest. Now, let's say that we want it less. We want to see just the 3/4 instead of like super profile-y like this. Okay? So if I didn't want this much, I'm just going to do 2. Actually, profiles are only 2, 3, and 4. So you just divide it into 3, 2, 3, and 4. If you want to add a 3/4 version, just add the other one and then fill it in. Make these a little smaller because you added an extra space, but then you understand, you add 1. So if you label these a certain specific number, 1, 2, if you need a side profile, you need to add a 3 and a 4. You can draw it from the front or you can draw it from the sides. And this is going to give you a very generalized approach to drawing the head. Oh, the teardrop. Oh, the teardrop is, yeah, it's the chin and all this stuff. So the teardrop can be used 2 different ways. The teardrop comes from a triangle that you draw initially. Okay? The triangle becomes your nose. This becomes your teeth line. So your mouth goes around your teeth. So wherever you draw that teardrop, that's your teeth line. So your mouth just goes there. It's a very fun, intuitive way to do it. It's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, this is something I've been messing around with for the last couple days. And it's really, really, really good. Then the next component is understanding that your head, again, is 3 components, right? So the bottom, and then you have a box. So whatever height you make this, if you double that, that is going to be to the top of your head. Whatever spacing you choose for your face features, if you double that, you come up with the top of your head. If you make whatever the bottom is, again, it's going to depend on what type of character you want. If you want like a teenager, it would be like that. If you want like a baby, it would be a lot smaller. See what I mean? All the proportions change depending on what type of character you want. So now that we have gotten here, I'm going to ask someone if anyone is willing to take the video that we've done so far and clip it with the cool things that we learned. I will compensate you with an entire suite of my books. So if anyone's willing to do that, let me know. I will give you an entire suite of my books if you guys are willing to help me with some editing. So let me know if anyone's interested, and if you guys are able to do it without me having to give you access to anything, cool. Let me know. Well, I'm going to end the stream right now, and then I'm going to just jump on again, and I'm going to jump on to play music and just to have fun. But I at least wanted to leave a lesson because this is really important stuff. learning how to draw the legs, drawing all these things is really important stuff. And sometimes at night, I also feel like teaching. I don't always feel like just shooting the bullshit and just drawing. And I can't upload those to YouTube because of the copyrights that come with the music. So I wanted to give this lesson. Love you all. Have a lovely night. And before we leave, I want to end everything that you guys learn. My name is Rod. I'm an artist, teacher, have my coffee, have Mr. Milky over here. Hi. I don't know if you guys remember him, but I wanted to say thank you to all of you for tuning in, for listening to what I have to say, for being my students in general, because I always had the dream to be a teacher. It just never panned out. I never went to get my master's. I couldn't afford it. You know, life of an artist isn't necessarily always the life of money. So, and I've never pursued it like that either. So it's just something that just didn't pan out. But I still wanted to teach. So, you know, until I get that opportunity at some point or another, I will teach you guys here. And I have a ton more information and knowledge that you guys can access. All of it on YouTube. I have hundreds of videos on YouTube. So if you guys are learning anything from me, there's tons of things you guys can learn. All you got to do is go find that knowledge. And it's there. It's free. There's no hidden agenda. There's no hidden thing. Just go learn. That's all I ask. Okay? And if you guys learn something, maybe like the streams, maybe buy books, whatever. You don't have to do any of that shit. But subscribing to my stuff works because you guys get notifications. And at least you guys know that I'm coming on so you guys can learn some stuff here and there. Okay? You guys have a lovely day. Take care. If you guys are going to be doing some crazy stuff starting the week, make sure to be safe because, you know, I want to see you guys here the next day, okay? I want to see you guys here tomorrow. Let's go. See you guys in a couple minutes because we're going to hop on again with some music. But at least you guys got your lesson in for today. And you guys don't have to listen to horrible karaoke. Later, Gators. Talk to you guys soon.